Don't forget to close your tab before you head out.
You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine, you tangle-footed dimwit.
Rig it up, you two. I've heard more than enough of your shit for one day.
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now.
Let them talk.
I risked my life sneaking around marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough! This is a family establishment! You want to make a mess? You make it outside!
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
Let them talk.
Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
It's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats.
What do you propose?
Would you do me a favor and weigh in as a third party? I can use an unbiased set of eyes on the problem, and an outsider like you fits the bill.
Sure.
Freddy, Trixie, go on and make your case to the generous stranger.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation.
State your names for the tavern.
Oh, very formal. Freddy the Scab, freelancer for sublight salvage and shipping, same as my father before me.
Junkyard Trixie, also a salvage freelancer, though I've been at it longer than Freddy.
So, just up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people.
What's your side? How did you mark the claim?
I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Finders keepers!"
Turns to Lex. Is that legal?
I don't know about legal, but it's legit by sublight standards. Assuming anyone was around to hear it, which we can't know for sure.
Someone must have heard me. They just ain't brave enough to step forward and admit it.
What's your side of the story, Trixie?
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders. So I snuck around and added my tag, clear as day so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me.
No speaking out of turn, but I'll allow it this once.
I kept my mouth shut during his story. He should have the courtesy to return the favor. Anyway, that's my story, sir.
What mark did you leave on the salvage, Trixie?
I drew next in the dirt, with my toe.
Couldn't the marauders have walked over it by now? Or the wind blown it away?
Wouldn't surprise me in the least, but that doesn't mean it ain't mine.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility. You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
I claim the salvage mine. What is this? Well, here's the thing. So, Freddy left when marauders came. So, what happened was, Freddy legally claimed it. And then the marauders came, and by making him leave, the marauders legally claimed the salvage. And then, at that point, these idiots don't know how to tag salvage, so I rule in no one's favor.
That ain't no kind of fair.
He ain't even from around here, Lex.
Here's a 6-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now we'll finally get some peace around here for a change.
Does this happen often?
A little too often, if you ask me. That's the sublight way. Anything worth doing is worth fighting over.
Glad to be of service. See you around.
come and chat if you're ever feeling thirsty.
I'm gonna go
We
take
could
that
always
out.
go back and rile him up again later. That's my captain.
Wow. That's a lot of goods. I'll take some water. Some bananas. What's this? Impact hammer Mark II. Oh.
Show your boss that you are fine, because you take a tree at a time.
See what's up here.
I wouldn't get too close to that railing, just in case.
Jerome would have loved this place.
Joint actuator. Who are you?
You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here and whose journey is far from over.
What makes you say that?
Confidence. The scavengers around here, they're faking it. You're the real deal. I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course, the marauders would eat me alive.
I bet you could stand your ground.
Not for long. Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
Something must be valuable.
It is to me, but apparently it's junk to Sublight. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
Where's Jerome now?
Nowhere good, that's for sure. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost.
Oh.
As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets
Oh.
and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again.
It's very noble of him.
That Jerome always chose the right thing, even when it got him killed. This place is greedy. It took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. His old hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
What do you think happened to him?
No point in denying it, he died on this rock. Likely torn apart by marauders, unless he took care of himself on his own terms. I don't like to imagine what happened, but I know I have to accept it.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
You'd really do that for me? Law, and I'll bet you're worth 10 of those sublight sprats. I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion. Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
I want to ask you something first.
Yeah?
Tell me about your time on Gorgon.
The lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was charged with excitement. You could feel it wherever you went. They wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side effects? Who wouldn't salivate at the thought? I don't know what went wrong, but when the shit hit the fan, it sprayed everyone in its path, including me.
Ew.
I heard a rumor the board is gonna shut this place down.
That'll never happen. This is a sublight bar.
So what?
They be pissing off a legitimate business with connections in every corner of the colony, that's what.
In that case, how about another round?
Oh. And this place is big.
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they could... Nah, who am I kidding?
Oh, Roscoe, I definitely can. But let's actually go down here and talk to this lady first. Maybe she's gonna like point us up at one of those people.
Sorry about Freddy and Trixie. When they're not fighting over salvage, they're fighting over the bed sheets at night.
Those two are a couple?
They like to blow off steam during work hours, but as soon as they clock out, they turn into a pair of kittens. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down.
Thanks.
What'll it be?
Let's go with a Spectrum vodka. I want to see colors and lots of them.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage.
Actually, I came for a journal. Not exactly, but can you explain what you mean?
Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
What do you know about Gorgon?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here.
Oh.
Just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day.
Would any of your regulars have more information about Gorgon?
Roscoe might tell you more.
Ah.
He spent some time around here before the bar opened up. And I trust him well enough. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the second floor. Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
What's Roscoe's story?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist. He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And I guess no one's coming to get him.
Poor bastard, you looking out for him?
Roscoe's drinks are on the house. We all know how it feels to get left behind. He'll be all right. He's with the family now, and we take care of our own.
Why'd he get left behind?
He didn't tell me and I didn't ask. I'm his bartender, not his human resources rep. If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad folks made it out. Sometimes that's all there is to it.
What can you tell me about Leonora?
Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone. She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. If you're open to a side gig.
Do you know if she spoke to Lucky Montoya at all?
You know Lucky? Small asteroid. Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. Didn't think twice about it. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
Wait. Does she know Lucky is dead? She and her husband worked on Gorgon before it all fell apart.
No kidding. Ugh, what a shame. I owe her one on the house. When Spacer's Choice pulled out, a lot of people found themselves adrift. The ones with nowhere to settle ended up here. Sad but true.
So you knew Lucky?
Lucky? Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
Office of Creative Incubation?
That's where the top rungers at Spacer's Choice came up with slogans and marketing. Lucky never told me why it was so important. Awful shame about what happened to him.
Wait, what? What happened?
You really want to hear my story? Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now.
So during...
Last I
Hold
saw
on.
of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Okay. So during the last 40 plus minutes, I've been looking back and forth, and all I see is Cohh and conversations with NPCs. Yes. And I love this. This honestly is the sign of like my favorite type of RPG, man. It's like it's a huge amount of exposition that is just good at immersing. So I'm digging it, man. Like this is good. Yeah, I'm taking my time with this. Go on.
Get this. The canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
How do you know it belonged to Lucky?
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around.
Oh,
and
is
this
she the one who sent it?
Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy
Look at
and sent
that.
it care of the Halcyon parcel service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
The arm made it to me. I'm Hawthorne's next of kin, sort of. Bison-tastic, thank you for the 5 bomb. Really appreciate it, buddy.
No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this confluence of events, you know? The stars really aligned on this one. And here I am, smack dab in the middle.
Why bother sending the arm at all?
I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
Where was Lucky staying?
3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back
Oh.
to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
So you run this place?
Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days. When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved in to salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
So Sublight owns the Sprat Shack now?
Yes and no. Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
I like it. Dare I ask why a Sprat owns this bar?
See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat. If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
You know, they do something similar in Byzantium. Fancier system, but same idea.
You think a Sprat could own Edgewater? Oh, imagine one wearing Mr. Thompson's little hat!
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. I don't make the rules.
How long is this DLC? Do you know? I have no idea, but I'm coming up on 2 hours yet, and it hasn't really started. Like in terms of exploring and seeing what the world has to offer. We've been to 2 locations and pretty much just talked to NPCs so far. That being said, I mean, maybe it's the kind of thing where most of the DLC is talking. So maybe the like action exploration sequences are small. I can tell you though that we've got another little bit today, and then tomorrow I'm going to be playing from 8 to 12. So I'll be able to tell you if it's like less than 6 hours tomorrow. But yeah, that's where we are right now. If it does go into Thursday, then we'll do that too, of course. How would you even know which Sprat is the right one?
Easy. His name's Matt.
Matt the Sprat?
The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild Sprat chase.
I guess I'll try not to step on him if I happen by Groundbreaker. What happens if Ethel Gabler turns him into Sproutwurst?
Never thought about that. Shit, someone could have eaten my boss. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
Thank you, Nordico. Does Spacer's Choice mind that you're squatting in their warehouse?
Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're classing up the joint.
Thank you, Arctic
Keeping
Phoenix.
the riffraff outside, where it belongs. They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about wasted potential.
Hi, Crack-a-lackin'. Can you answer my questions without starting with yes and no?
Yes. And no. Again, that one was Hagen's idea. She told me that speaking in vague terms keeps you out of trouble. And I don't want any trouble in my place.
How do you get supplies in and out?
Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony. Mostly on the way to somewhere better. Some are well connected. And not everyone pays with bits. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well stocked with the essentials, by which I mean booze. Come back when you're thirsty.
Did we look at her inventory yet?
I don't want... Or...
Ooh. Cat's Eye Pressure Helm. Hacking +5, damage +25. I'm gonna buy that. Now with safety light? You don't think that actually has a light on it, do you? I have to check. What is this? Retro Rocket Rizzo? A gummy rockets? She actually sell water? I don't think so. Okay. Does this actually give us a light? That'd be so cool. Oh. Sad face. Sad face. That looks pretty cool. It looks like the Rocketeer mask. Y'all remember the Rocketeer? That's an old one. Okay. We have perception +1, engineering 15. I think I can sell a lot of this. Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff I can sell. Well, we'll do that later though. There's an inventory limit in this game, right? Yeah. In fact, maybe I should do that now.
What's your pleasure? Don't forget...
Let's go to sell. And let's sell... you. I don't need a tactical shotgun. Let's sell all this. Sell the pickaxe, the shovel, the claw rake, the flamethrower. We're gonna keep the doctor. We'll keep all the named weaponry. Okay, let's go here. Okay, what is this? Determination +7. I'm not gonna worry about that. No. Oh, I don't have to move the thing off it anymore. Nice. What's my current helmet? Persuade +3. We're gonna keep that. 69. Nice. Nope. Medical +3? Maybe. In a minute. No. Lockpick +5. We'll keep that. And that one's hack +5. Okay, how are we looking now? 182. That's a lot better. Okay, that's a lot better. We still have a whole lot of stuff. Does this stuff weigh anything? Oh, it does. Okay, so this stuff does weigh. Man, we got a lot of stuff, dudes. We got a lot of stuff. I don't think I need, like... I think having 2 of these apiece is probably enough. Get that weight down, boys. Get that weight down. Store them on the ship. I think most of my stuff is full on the ship, actually, with named weapons and things. Yeah. I want to make sure we save a few of each of these because there may be new armor and weapons in the DLC, and we're going to want to make sure we have stuff for this then. Save like 2 of each. I don't think we're going to have to keep much of the melee ones. This isn't a melee run. One more. 22k now too, so we can buy some stuff if we need it. Cool. Great. Okay. Let's talk to Roscoe now. That looks cool. Does this DLC take part after the main story?
What's the story
No,
with
it's
the
in
place
like
now?
parallel.
Used to be a shipping warehouse. Supplies came in, deadly chemicals went out.
Who told you that?
I worked here back in the day.
You're pulling my leg.
Guidal, is it?
Nope, it's true.
Somebody said, isn't storage on the ship unlimited, at least one box? I don't know. I will look into that. I'm not sure. I remember back in the day, we used the 2 lockers right next to the beginning. And I'm pretty sure they had limits on them. Did they put in an unlimited storage? And is that one of the lockers, or is there a different one? There are 5 storage places on the ship, all unlimited too. One of the
Holy
captain's
shit, a
quarters
fresh
should be
face.
unlimited.
Haven't seen your like in years.
Thank you.
Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal, but you're welcome here. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook.
I talked to her. She mentioned you were some kind of journalist?
Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's
You do not
latest
need to
beer
finish the
trip.
main story to play this, no.
Real life and death shit.
You seem like you're having a rough time. Can I help you out?
If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor?
Helping out old bastards is 80% of my job. What do you need?
Does this involve going somewhere we don't belong? Those are my favorite jobs.
Well, I've been trying to get away from this rock for 5 lobby-fucked years, but I can't stay gone.
Why's that?
Told you I was a journalist, right? I was here on a story back when Project Gorgon was active. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said.
You hid them and now you need me to get them for you. That about cover it?
Right on the money. Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even
Nice,
touched a
Revan.
gun. But you're just the right amount of rough around the edges. Help me get my recordings back so I can finally get the hell out of here.
It's your lucky day, Roscoe. I'll get those recordings for you.
No shit? That's downright civilized of you. All right. One of them I stashed in the Office of Creative Incubation, in the projector room on the 3rd floor. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment, just outside OCI's upper entrance.
Got it. Next.
You'll find another in the chem lab. It's in the main lab storage room.
I'm liking all these locations. Okay. All right, sounds easy enough. And the others?
The final one is in human inquiry and auditing. It's tucked behind a pipe in observation room B.
Got it. I'll be back. Wait, the observation room. Wouldn't someone have seen you?
What with the test subjects running loose, the researchers were surprisingly unobservant.
Thank you, Sir Salas. Appreciate your support, bud. All right, got it.
Strength to your sword arm, friend. And thank you.
Cool. Okay, before we do the main quest, which is go into the main area up top, I want to go back and check real quick on this. I want to save the game because we haven't done that. And then we're going to check real quick on the unlimited storage, which is right outside. A year ago, you talked about Alan Wake, SCP Containment Breach, and Alien Isolation VR for Nopetober last year. I still want you to play some of those. I'd like to, man. I'd like to. There's a lot of scary games that I haven't played. There's a lot of scary games that have kind of come out over time that I've played. Song of Horror, Made of Scare, games like that. So there's a lot of games that I'm due to play. Oh my lord, look at all this stuff. Hunting Rifle Hyper. Interesting. Our gun requires 191 damage. This one's 228. Whoa. Nani? Rate of fire 0.8 shots. Rate of fire 2 shots. Okay. Damn, dude. We're gonna start getting some good weapons here from the looks of it. Oh, these are all the different vendors. Water. No unique items. Oh, dude, what is this? Number 24. Ours, I think, is level 30 right now. Do. Wow, so the evacuation message has been playing for 5 years. Can you make your first mission turning off the alarm, please? Yeah. Yeah, probably, yeah.
You're adjusting before you
Probably should. Okay. Look at all of our fun stuff here. So this is our storage that's permanent. Oh my. Not permanent. That's not the right word for it, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let's put all this stuff in. Endless is a better word, probably. Yeah, look at that, man. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That in there. I should probably go down and get all the stuff from my lockers, right? Lockpick plus 10 with the Safecracker's jacket. Persuade plus 7. During 15. Yeah, man. Okay, good. And now we have a very good... we have a very good weight to get lots of loot on this planet. Dang it. That's not what I wanted to do. Gotta remember not to do that. Okay, we're gonna use this twice, apparently. We need to eat. We'll eat some bananas. Some nanners. Boom. Okay.
Here, stand like me. Just so.
So how do I
It's square.
save with if I zone out, does that save the game? Because we're playing on the hardest difficulty, so we can't just save when we want.
Wow. Look at the
Yes? Did that work? Was that it?
Stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
Okay. Did that work? Oh. Did it? Oh, it saved right before we left. Cool. So it saves right before we zone out of the ship. Perfect. Awesome. Guys, we're playing more of this tomorrow. Oh man, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate again to Private Division and Obsidian letting us take this early exclusive look. We really appreciate it. I will be thank you, Nuri. Thank you. I'll be back tonight at 6:30 p.m. Tonight we're gonna do a super chill, cozy Kingdoms of Amalur stream. I don't want to play any of this during the cozy stream, so we're gonna be doing this tomorrow morning. But tomorrow, 8 to 12, we'll be diving back into this, seeing where it goes, exploring the world. It should be a lot of fun. So hope to see you here 8 to 12 tomorrow for more fun and games. Or again, I'll be back at 6:30 tonight for more Kingdoms of Amalur Dead Kell DLC as we work through there. We didn't even get to the main DLC yet in 2 hours. It's kind of awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. See you tomorrow for more Outer Worlds DLC, and I will see you fine folks then.